Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kryptonian saying here, bringing you guys a review for One Piece chapter 928. And I gotta go ahead and ask this question now. It might be jumping the gun a little bit, and this is one of the benefits that you guys get for being further ahead in Wano than me. But as I'm watching Momonosuke and he's doing his training, he's like, no, I will not go meet my sister, not until the battle is won, because if I let her identity be known now, Orochi is gonna go after her, and I can't let this happen. And here's the thing, right? So it's Komurasaki, I hope I'm saying her name right, is Komurasaki Momonosuke's sister. And the reason why I ask that is this has all the signs of just being a, what's the right way to put this? Of being a red herring, okay? Like to be something that is completely misleading, because Komurasaki is just, you know, making these dudes simp out for, like, one dude sold his whole family, sold all his riches, everything he owned, and she's like, that's okay. You know, why would I give you anything that belongs to me? And the reason why I say that this feels like a red herring is like, you know, Momonosuke is like, well, you know, my sister would be 26 now if she was actually still alive. And, you know, she's somebody that would be desirable. And if you look at this character, Komurasaki, like everybody's like, oh, this is the perfect woman, perfect man, woman, womanhood. And you get all these little small things where it's just like super desirable, and a little bit manipulative. But the reason why I'm like, hold on a second, I've seen this before. Like Nico Robin had to do the same damn thing when she was Miss All Sunday, and when you look at, I believe it was Vivi was Miss Wednesday, and they had to put on an act. They had to put on an act for survival. And so I look at all that and I say, it does make sense if Oda does take that route. Now, I could be completely wrong. I could. The little girl that Sanji gave the food to was saying like, oh, you know, big sister. But, you know, again, how much of this is an act? You know, that's one of those things right there. Like, that's one of those things like, we don't know if like maybe she got remarried into another family or something. Like, that's something I'm kind of keeping my eye on. So backing up all the way though. So, you know, this chapter, we see it, Luffy is doing his damn thing, and we get, boy, do we get one hell of a revelation while Luffy is interacting with Kid. But, you know, Luffy is doing the damn thing. He's continuing to do the jail work, and you get this moment where the old man's like, I've been here for my entire lifetime, and, you know, thank you for sharing your food tickets with me. You know, I'll get in trouble if they see me accept this, but he takes the food tickets anyway. And it's just like, I like the fact that Luffy's like, hey, you know, I've been able to eat. I'm eating good. You know, we all gonna eat together though. So, you know, here you go, man. Like, I like the fact that, you know, Luffy, just that spirit that you see is still there. So, you know, I like that aspect of what you see with Luffy there. And I like how Luffy is just smiling as he watches the old man bow and then turn and run away. And so I thought that that was kind of cool. And I also thought that, you know, when Raizo shows up, he's like, hey, I'm gonna get you those keys, man. Don't even worry about it, man. I'm gonna get you those keys. We're gonna get you out of here. It's just gonna take me a little bit of time. And I like how Caribou shows up, and, you know, that's the dude from Fishman Island, if I'm not mistaken, that, you know, tried to sneak on the Straw Hat ship. I believe he got on there, got caught when he started trying to take the mermaids, and then, you know, Luffy knocked the shit out this dude. So I thought that, you know, it's kind of cool that, you know, Luffy's like, hey, look, man, I ain't teaming up with somebody like you. Like, that ain't gonna happen. Go team up with Pointy Hair. And that's when you get this moment where we find out, like, wait a second, like, hey, you know, Kid tried to take on Big Mom, seemingly. That's what the rumor says. And even Luffy says, why the fuck would you be listening to rumors? If you don't know, don't believe that shit. And we get the bombshell. He's like, hey, get this shit straight. I never tried to go after Big Mom. What I did was I went after one of her generals and I took what was mine. I said, man, that's some Thanos shit right there. I like this motherfucker Kid. But then he takes it a step further and he's like, hey, real talk, I lost my arm in a battle with the red-haired pirates. I'm like, oh my God, wait a second. This dude thought that he could go after Shanks, man. And, you know, again, like Shanks, I'm kind of living off the Marineford hype, because with Marineford, my man shows up and the three admirals look at him, they say, we don't need to cross this motherfucker right here. And so the fact that he thought that he could go up against them, I'm like, damn, this is big. But, you know, he's trying to make a name for himself too. You know, that's just one of those times where it's just like, when you go at the king, you better not miss. He lost his arm. He lived to tell the story of like, hey, when you go at this dude, make sure you get your shots in, because if you miss, there's going to be hell to pay. So I thought that was very cool to see that aspect of what you see with Kid right there. And I like how Luffy and Kid are going back and forth like, hey, I'm going to be one that kills Kaido. And Luffy's like, no, I'm going to be one that kills Kaido. And it's like, okay, hold on. Oda's clearly setting up an alliance. That's something that's clearly going to happen. It's going to be Law, it's going to be Kid, and maybe Hawkins when he betrays Kaido to try and get his freedom. But, you know, you're going to see probably all those members of the worst generation that are on Wano right now. So throw Zoro and Luffy in there. They're probably going to team up, and that's going to add to the mystique of the worst generation. And I think that when you got a threat like Kaido, they're going to need something that big in order to justify it, because you know, Kaido took Luffy out in one hit, man. So, you know, that's one of those times where it's just like, they need a little bit more. You know, they need a little bit more. Because right now, Luffy couldn't even pick up Big Mom's panties. But, you know, given how big that bitch is, I don't think anybody want to pick her panties up, let alone smell the motherfuckers. Like, Big Mom probably got some stanky ass panties. Like, Big Mom panties probably like stink so damn bad where, you know, you get the whiff of them shits, and that's just like an instant fatality. Now in Doctor Strange, when they knock your soul out and shit, that's what let me stop, man. Let me stop, man. Big Mom ain't got shit to do with this motherfucking arc, man. Let me stop. But what I like, though, is Komurasaki shows up. You know, the people that she had basically jukes in the past, you know, they're like, hey, man, you know, we want our possessions back. You know, you can't do this. And you get like the flashback from earlier where I was talking about how, you know, the old man's just giving everything he's got gradually over time. And then Komurasaki all of a sudden gets revealed to be playing this dude like a fool. You know, I thought that, again, this was a nice little setup right here. This was a nice setup. This was one of those chapters where, you know, when you look at it, the plot itself didn't move forward a lot. It really relies on the interactions. It really relies on the exposition that you get in terms of the backstory. But it's one of those chapters, I personally feel like it works for me. You know, overall, this is a pretty decent chapter. I give this one like a 7.5 out of 10. So my chapter question to you guys is, when you got to this point in the story, did you think that Komurasaki was actually Momonosuke's sister? And based on where we are right now in Wano, has Momonosuke's sister been revealed? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.